Namaste yogis. Thank you for reaching out to find out more about balancing poses, or asanas as we call them. Today we're going to focus on just two poses. One is tree pose, Vrikshasana, and the other one is Warrior III. The thing about balancing poses is it's a bit of a journey with yoga. So there are many poses that you can do that are balance related, and they are great to do because they build up a lot more body strength through either the ankles and the legs, or maybe perhaps in the arms and the shoulders. But they take time. So if you're a first timer and you're keen to get straight into those balancing poses, and if you've not done yoga before or done any gymnastics, then maybe it'll be more of a challenge perhaps, or you might be natural. But again, the whole journey around balancing is understanding how your body moves, how your relationship with your body is in terms of your breath, and what is going on in your mind and around the journey of getting to a balance and the attachment of the thoughts of getting there. So in summary, it's what the body is doing, what the breath is doing, and what the mind is doing. So balances are great for bringing all those three together and also helping you to be more grounded and present. So that's the big thing. In this video, you probably see that I'm in the shade, so you may not see my face. So the intention is deliberate, so you can see more of the shape of the body. Let's just start with Virabhadrasana III, Warrior III. I'm going to break it down for you, and I'm just going to come to the top of my mat, and I've got a block handy. So with the block is there to use as support. So we're all different shapes. So sometimes, people have longer arms than others. So sometimes the blocks come in handy for that reason, or maybe there's less flexibility about reaching forward. So blocks are handy to use for support. And it's no reflection on your yoga practice. Everybody's body is different. So let's come into using the block for Virabhadrasana III. So from here, we'll start in Warrior II. Front knee bent, back foot 1.5 leg lengths apart, shoulders relaxed, arms at shoulder height. Feel the energy through the fingertips, keeping the fingers active. Take a breath. Feel that sense of grounding down. Then cartwheel the right hand around onto the floor. Using the block in front, we're going to shift the weight forward onto the left foot, dragging the right foot a little bit closer. The hands might come onto the block. Using the block for support and lifting the right leg to hip height. Now my standing leg, I'm feeling my big toe, my little toe, the heel left right side. I'm feeling my glute turning on in my standing leg, and the energy drawing down into the earth. My right foot is shooting back, feeling the lengthening through the heel of my right foot and the toes pointing down. You might take a few breaths here. You might feel that ankle building strength. You might stay here for a few breaths. You might stay here longer, whatever you need. And when you're ready, you would release whatever you feel is comfortable for you. So that's using a block. We're going to go to the next level without the block. So again, from here, starting in Warrior II. And then I'm going to cartwheel my hands back around. I use the floor for support. Lift my right leg. Again, my left leg is shooting down into the earth. I feel my feet
my quad, my glutes turned on, the energy through the heel of the right leg, and I bring my hands in prayer to the heart space. That might be enough here. You might even feel like you want to shoot the arms backwards. And again, a few more rounds of breath here. You might want to put one hand on the floor, one hand at the heart space. And then release. Finding, again, what is working with you. So with standing poses, it's about finding your gaze, your drishti, finding that space of presence, finding that softness with your breath, letting the breath lead into the pose, and feeling how the body is in that pose. So coming out when you feel like you need to. Okay, let's go straight to Warrior 3 from here. So Warrior 3 with the arms extended forward. So let's come back into Warrior 2. Taking a few breaths. Whenever you're ready, it's nice to hang out in Warrior 2. I'm going to cartwheel my right hand around onto the floor. Perhaps fingertips, my right leg lifts. Again, the energy of the standing leg drawing down into the earth, pressing into my feet. Micro bend into my right knee. Glute is on in my standing leg. Bring my hands up, chest lifts. Arms shoot forward. Elbows in line with the ears. My gaze is down. My right leg is extending backwards. And then we can release, bring the hands to the heart space, press into the standing leg and bring the other leg to match. Give the standing leg a shake. And hopefully that was a bit clearer. We can keep breaking it down, but it's nice to practice, okay, and feeling like I said, one side might feel different to the other. Okay, let's come into tree pose. Let's break that down. Talking and yoga at the same time. Good for breath work. Grounding down. So when we come through tree pose, Vrikshasana, we come through Tadasana. So mountain pose. So my feet are going to be hip width apart. I'm going to feel the feet grounding down into the earth and the earth pulling up into my feet. I'll shift the weight. In this case, this time I'm going to take it to my right leg. Grounding down with my wobbly leg. So let's see how we go. And I'm going to turn my left foot out, resting the heel onto just on the inside of my shin, on my right leg. Hands are on my hips. This might be enough. My leg is not locked on my right knee, so it's just grounding down. I'm turning on the glute, and I might float my arms overhead. That might be enough. My chest is lifting. I'm feeling energy through my fingertips. And my gaze, my drishti, is focused forward. So in tree pose, it's best not to focus on something that's moving. Release my hands, bring them to my waist. Let's go to the next level. Grounding down, still with that standing leg, feeling the feet, feeling my quad switched on, my glute, and bringing my foot into top of the ankle, below the knee. Pressing that lightly into my right leg. Grounding down, and again, the arms might float. You might bring them overhead in prayer. You can stay here for 5 to 8 breaths. And then release. Let's take it to the next level. Taking hold of my left foot, pressing into the thigh of the right leg, keeping my drishti, my gaze forward. Sometimes you can take the gaze down to a spot just in front on the floor. And I'm pressing my left foot into the top of my right thigh. and my right thigh into the top of the left foot. Grounding down, still with the standing leg, glute switched on, and this knee is just tilting back a little bit towards the back, the long edge of the mat here. So it's just sitting at right angles to my body. Wobbles are good. And then start to float the hands, shoulder width apart, fingers extended. Finding the exhalation controlling the body movement. And then bring the hands overhead, palms together, elbows in line with the ears. Let's release, I'm going to fall. Shape the right leg. Okay, hopefully that helps. Balancing is around focus. You could see I was getting wobbly towards the end in tree pose. Grounding down with the feet, super important. Feeling the feet connected with the earth. Feeling the body parts activating, energy through the fingertips. Standing poses, using the glute to help, so squeezing the butt and not locking knees, right? We want to have a little bit of that flexibility. When you're too rigid, you become too unstable. So you want to use soft knees to be able to move and move like the trees and the leaves. So, and more importantly is the breath. So when you're feeling wobbly, again, to feel the exhalation will start to soften the body and help the body still and be quiet, which will also help the mind. So we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So that's that fight-flight response. So if we tend to focus on the exhalation, lengthening on our breath, it helps still the body. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, further questions, please reach out to Kerry, and happy to answer any questions. So hope you enjoy this video, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Namaste, yogis.